Bidding wars back with a vengeance as we enter the 2022 spring market. As someone working with a lot of buyers today, I am enraged with anger. So let's talk about it. This can be like therapy for me. I'm Craig Power with Power Realty Advisors, serving Greater Boston and the South Shore. But again, this is not just Boston, right? This is probably a similar sentiment to real estate in most major markets across the US. You can probably tell I'm feeling a little wounded. We got beat out on some stuff lately. It is what it is. I feel for my clients going through this. So this is what we're seeing, right? Talking South Shore. This video is intended as a temperature check, right? To tell you what the market's like today. And then, after that, we're gonna talk strategy to win a bidding war, right? How we approach the strategic elements of competing in bidding wars. I'll be listing 3 things that can help you win a bidding war. Today on the South Shore, generally speaking, any home listed up to about the $800,000 price point, it'll get listed Wednesday, Thursday, with open houses taking place over the weekend. The offer deadline Monday or Tuesday, and it's gone. Then it's gone, right? By Monday, they've taken multiple offers. It can feel like a live auction, playing your offer off somebody else's for better terms, right? Getting you to improve your offer, maybe waive your inspection, inspection contingency because this guy over here, supposedly he did. You don't know who you're bidding against, right? Sometimes it's gone before the offer deadline or they move up the offer deadline. That's my favorite, right? I get email blasts, hey, from X listing, hey, we are moving up this offer deadline to 4 hours from now, because we're canceling our open house. That means they got an offer, they're ready to accept, and they want to see if someone can beat it, in the next 4 hours before it expires. It's taken off the table. Especially homes in desirable neighborhoods, from what I've seen. Obviously, that sounds like an oversimplification. And everybody knows we have low supply, right? But the homes that not only present super well, but are in highly desirable neighborhoods and up to, again, I'd say about that $800,000 price point. We have a lot of secret destination neighborhoods on the South Shore, right? Those bidding wars in particular get really aggressive. The places that people really want to be, the offers being made today are wild, right? 10% over list on a regular basis, off the market within 5 or 6 days. One of the difficulties for my clients has been they're going out of town for a weekend and a great listing pops up. But the showing process is totally inflexible. They don't get a chance to see it for themselves. They won't let us in early, and it's gone too fast, right? They didn't even get a chance to see it. And I'm telling you, it feels more like an auction today. And to win at the auction, obviously you have to be there. You have to be present the day the auction happens. I'll have more to say on this in the future, I'm sure, but this is all definitely related to inflation today, the decreasing value of the dollar. It's really dramatic. You can see it all of a sudden. The starter home on the South Shore costs $550,000. It's actually kind of scary, right? I think people hear that, they start to assume it's a bubble about to pop. I really don't think so. My opinion on this is really taking shape. I'm gonna do more videos on it soon. And also I do wanna say, having been on the seller side of the crazy bidding war, a lot of the time it's, a good handful of offers, 10, 20K over. And then it's really 1 or 2 chips all the way in, Godfather offer, 70 to 100 grand over, waived inspection, covering appraisal, the whole thing. There's usually not like 5 of those, right? There's just the one cowboy who sets the market for the rest of us. It can be tricky representing that cowboy. And I'm about to tell you why as we talk more strategy. So that's the housing market today. Low supply, right? Same old story. The hot listings become an absolute mad dash. Everybody sees them. A lot of clicks, a lot of eyeballs. People know rates are rising, so they want to get into the market. A little bit of FOMO out there on the market right now. And then at the offer deadline, right, if you're in it, it gets hot. It gets hot when it's just you versus this faceless other offer. Because like I said, usually there's a second round, right? An opportunity to improve your offer, right? Best and final. And people take big swings, right? So on strategy, how do you win? How do you stand out in a bidding war, right? I have a short list here, 3 things that can help you win a bidding war. I mentioned it can be tricky representing the buyer that wants to go 100K over and throw every dollar they have at a property. You'd think I'd want that all the time, but as brokers, we have a fiduciary duty, meaning we have a sacred, sworn responsibility from on high to serve your financial interests. So it's weird because I want you to get the house, and yet I don't want you to pay way more than the next buyer in line, right? So it's a balance. Today's market is not about comps. It's not about comps. Unfortunately, it's more like a game of chicken, and you have to learn how to play it, right? Which brings me to the first tip on my list. Your broker matters. Your broker matters. Yep, believe it or not, the buyer's agent actually does have value today, even though it can feel pretty useless when you're facing down this market. I have felt that way. I have felt helpless on behalf of my clients. First of all, you as a buyer and me as your agent, we're gonna have our act together. Just purely from a presentation standpoint, I'm gonna have you coached up, right? In these circumstances, that's actually a big part of the buyer agent job today, coaching you up ahead of these situations. But more than that, the buyer's agent matters because even in this wacky market, business is about relationships and communication. Remember this word, and I stole this from Colin Cowherd, right? So remember this word, lubrication, right? Lubrication is the word of the day. Make no mistake, good business is about lubrication, matter of fact negotiation, right? You want to negotiate in good faith and you want good faith efforts from the other side. Everyone should want to make the deal not only agreeable, but easy. Buyers don't have much leverage today. So brokers focus on offering an easy process for everyone. I can tell you my thing is follow-ups, right? I will do several friendly follow-ups on an offer because I believe that friendly persistence shows the other side these clients are ready and eager. This guy who keeps calling me, he's gonna close, right? Also, some brokers will have a reputation that precedes them, good or bad, right? And the way I see it, the goal for someone in my job is to have relationships with other brokers and gatekeepers that can get you an edge, get you, the buyer, a leg up on the competition. The second tip to stand out in a bidding war is what I call strength of offer, or terms. Terms would be a more simple way to put it. Could be as simple as higher deposits or a higher earnest money deposit in your offer. The one we talk about most today is eliminating contingencies, right? Waiving your inspection contingency. We talk about covering appraisal gaps, right? In case the house doesn't appraise, covering a certain amount of the difference in cash. Generally speaking, the more money you're putting down, whether 5, 10, 20%, the more you're putting down, the more favorable you look to a seller because you're just in better financial standing. The toughest conversations today are a lot of you need to sell your current home in order to buy another one, right? But the sellers are in a position to dictate terms back to you and they don't want to give up that power, right? So what's the strategy to overcome that, right? Potentially lose that contingency. Do you sell first and go aggressively on the hunt, right? I have clients pulling money from retirement accounts. They'll temporarily carry 2 loans and eventually sell and reinvest the proceeds into retirement. Now, I hate that. I hate that we have to do it that way, but that's the cold reality of this market. My third and final tip for a buyer to stand out in a bidding war is focusing on personal connection, right? Personal connection and appeal to the seller, the seller's agent. Maybe you have mutual friends. Maybe you know a neighbor. Maybe you can write one of the famous love letters we're doing with offers today. I use them as cover letters on your offer. You can use a personal connection to inspire confidence. The love letters may eventually be outlawed, the concern being they are a fair housing violation, but really it does help your offer, especially in bidding wars when the seller is staring at multiple offers, to put a face to your name. I often tell our buyers today, especially if they're going to an open house without me, talk to the seller's agent, introduce yourself, be friendly, chat them up, right? Seller's agents today have a lot of power. If you can stand out to them just on a personal level, they could go back to the owner and say, hey, we have 3 similar offers here. I really like this girl over here. She's from this town. She's been trying to buy, but the market's tough. She loved the house and she seems committed. That stuff really happens, right? It's possible if me and you can become the people that the seller and the seller's agent want to work with, we could get the last opportunity. Hey, if you can match our top offer it's yours, right? That can be best case scenario in this market. That stuff happens. That's my 3 tips to stand out in a bidding war today. Number 1, your broker matters. Number 2, strength of offer. And number 3, personal connection and appeal. Thank you as always for watching. Thank you for your support. Please contact me anytime with your real estate related questions. You can email me at craig@powerrealtyboston.com.